Hi there, my name is Ewan Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Remembering Love. Today we're going to be looking at the fascinating subject of background anxiety. We're going to be looking at what is it, why do we get it, or how have we come about having background anxiety, and most importantly, what are the practical things we can do to reduce or eliminate our background anxiety. So let's get started. The important question of what is background anxiety. Before I go into that, there is a noisy fan here, so let's just switch that off and see what happens. Interesting. As you can see, it's a very noisy fan. And without that noisy fan, what are we left with? Can you feel the contrast? Maybe you're watching it thinking, does that guy know his hair's going everywhere and it's a very noisy fan, I can't hear him properly? You switch the fan off and suddenly we're left with some quietness, some space to fill with something different. That noise has been removed. So what is background anxiety? Background anxiety is an emotional version of the fan. A constant sense of worry, fear, that has like a soft hum to it. Whether things are going great in your life, whether things are going terrible in your life, whatever's going on externally, that background fear, that background worry, that sense of something's going to go wrong is there, whatever the case. So it's just there in the background. So if you feel that all the time, you just feel worried, but you don't have a specific thing you're worried about, or even when you do, when that thing goes away, the worry's still there, most likely you have some degree of background anxiety. So, how do we end up with background anxiety? And none of us are born anxious, at least not that I've ever read about. Our anxiety comes as a result of things happening or things not happening. For most of us, it comes from growing up in environments where there is a lot of stress, not a lot of nourishment and safety. And background anxiety really comes from a feeling of not being safe. Or growing up in environments where there's either abuse or violence or emotional neglect, whatever it may be, some form of trauma, where we move into a hypervigilant state, we move into anticipation of danger. And then what ends up occurring as adults, the need for survival, the need for watching out for danger stops, but the sensation physically, the way our nervous system is set, remains locked in. So we become adults, we live our lives, yet we still feel worried. And what they've discovered over the years is, with books like The Body Keeps Score and Stephen Porges' Polyvagal theory, is they've come to a better understanding that anxiety isn't just a psychological and an emotional thing. It's also very much a physical thing to do with how our nervous system is set. And the process of shifting that anxiety involves a process of not only dealing with our thoughts and feelings, but fundamentally dealing with the trauma and anxiety that is locked in our body. So we get it from circumstance and we keep it out of, you might say, habit. Like our body hasn't really learned to readjust and understand that we're no longer in danger, that we can really relax and we are really safe. So, what can we do about it? Let me share with you some of the things that I've employed over the last few years that have helped me in a big way reduce, at times even eliminate that background anxiety. Now the first thing I've done is when I started this process many years ago, is I worked with a therapist that had knowledge of somatic work or body work. So his approach was to really start helping me understand and change my nervous system and my body rather than just dealing with memories or thoughts or feelings. So it's what you might call a kind of ground up approach. Now, what he did with that was one fundamental method, which is a method called TRE, which is short for trauma release exercises. Now, TRE is a series of exercises that you do that invokes a tremoring or a kind of a shaking that releases built up tension within the body. It's very effective, it's very simple, it's not expensive, and it's something that you can employ that will make an immediate effect on your levels of anxiety. The second thing that I've done is I've used a thing called the Safe and Sound Protocol, or short for SSP. I'll put links to all of this below, and that is a audio intervention where you basically listen to music for an hour a day for 5 days in a row that reconfigures your middle ear. I won't go into the details of it here. There are better explanations that I'll put in the link, but basically it's an audio intervention, and again that had a big effect on my nervous system. And fundamentally what I've been able to do as a result of these practices is develop a deeper understanding of meditation, a deeper experience of silence. I've been able to go deeper into the therapy itself. So the process of reducing background anxiety has an immediate effect, both in terms of the quality of your life and the things that you can start doing once that noisy fan has been turned off. I hope this makes sense. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. I hope to see you again. Thanks very much.